Howdy, howdy, howdy. What is going on, y'all? Today is, that's kind of cold, chest and triceps. And what that's going to consist of is the usual. We're not going to my number gym. We're going to Planet Fitness again. So, the one I was at yesterday and the day before, I think, for back and biceps and legs. I think if I'm thinking right. But, so, some incline benching, obviously, duh. We're going to be doing Smith machine because that's the barbell kind of shit. And it's like, dumbbells I haven't really had as much fun with as I used to. Not fun, but I just haven't had as much of a good pump or anything from it as I do incline benching. So, we're going to be doing a smarter thing and doing something that feels better for us. Because the thing about the gym is, if you see one guy A, loves incline dumbbell benching, and then you have another guy who loves incline benching, right? And then you have guy C. He loves incline Smith machine press. All hit the same things, all relatively around the same weight. But one guy, the guy who loves the Smith machine, might hate the dumbbell press. That could be various factors, such as just doesn't have as good stability muscles, or doesn't like the way dumbbells feel, or just doesn't have the form down as much, right? But let's say all the guys had perfect form in every lift. Even though you might have perfect form and everything, and the weight's perfect for them, they might just like the other option more because they just feel it more. And that's so true for everything. Legs, back, biceps, shoulders, chest, whatever. Any lift that you do, you might feel a little different. It's just like if you taste food and you have different taste buds from another guy, that food's going to taste a lot different from, guy A compared to you or whatever, So don't, like Arnold, he always said, do multiple sets on multiple sets on multiple sets. 3 hours in the gym 2 times a day. For one, I don't think anybody should copy that or replicate that unless you maybe be on the same stack as he was. But also, being realistic, you probably don't like that. You might like the way it feels because you're getting a great pump. But the thing is, for one, your body's probably not going to grow from 2 workouts already alone. And 6 hours in the gym total is what he did, or 4 hours minimum. That's dumb. I go back and forth with my one friend kind of about it, talking about he goes 2 a days, and he doesn't do it every day or anything. He just does it, I think, on chest and shoulders days or whatever. And he's allowed to do that. If he feels like he can grow from that, that's fine. How I see it is, I think you're just kind of you're fatiguing your body too much, and you're kind of doing too much. But if you grow from something that I don't grow from, or vice versa, do whatever you want to, man. Truly, that's what I gotta say, because everyone grows differently in the gym. Nobody is the exact same, and it's a weird thing that nobody's the exact same, because it's like, wow, we all grow from training intense. We all grow from training around a good amount of sets, which is not too much or too little. Because I don't think anybody can grow doing, I don't think anybody can grow from doing 1 set a workout. I think that's not possible, right? I don't think anybody can grow also from doing 100 sets. Because the math always is, more is not always better. I think in certain circumstances, it's 1 set compared to 10 sets, more is better than 10 sets compared to 50 sets. If you're talking about the week, maybe. But if you're talking about just one day, you might be kind of messing yourself up, I think. Because I think you need a low enough amount of sets where you're not going to over-fatigue yourself, and you're going to be able to relatively stay around the same weight and do the same form and everything. But you don't want to do, too little sets where you're not just, you have more energy in the tank and you can't, It's a hard subject to talk about because it's so subjective that it's almost just like he said, she said type of shit. If that makes any sense remotely. Because it's, if you do something and you like it, you're going to do it. Plain and simple. Because you have the evidence of yourself liking it. You grow from that. You enjoy the exercise. And if also you just don't mentally enjoy an exercise, like if one guy loves barbell squatting, but another guy does, the guy who loves barbell squats is going to consistently keep doing barbell squats compared to the guy who hates it. I mean, there's some beasts like David Goggins who says they don't like running, but he does it every day. And that could be true for some individuals, but I think when you have other options, right? Like David Goggins, I mean, that might be his best thing. He might, get better cardio from doing something else, but he might not. I don't know. I'm not the expert on running, right? But what I can say about the gym, though, that I am pretty much an expert on, is there is better options than just doing barbell squats. So even though a guy might love them, he's going to keep doing them. But a guy who hates them is going to be like, I might as well just do some hack squats. Or I might as well do some leg press or some leg extensions, Because even Chris Bumstead said, you don't have to have pressing movements. You don't have to have a squat, leg press, nothing. You can have leg extensions, just that, and you can grow. It's only certain individuals. And I feel like personally, I haven't tried it really. Because I like pressing movements, I like a squat movement, I like those type of movements. But I think I'm one of those individuals that could grow just off of leg extensions because I feel and love leg extensions. Like squats and stuff, I don't always feel in my quads and stuff, But when I do leg extension, even if it's heavy and I'm only doing 3 reps, I still feel that like nothing, dude. It's crazy. But we're going to get in there, hit some chest and triceps. I'm going to do a little warm-up, and yeah, so I'll see you in there. Alright, so first we have is an incline Smith machine bench, one of my favorite movements for the upper chest. I trained a little heavy right here, but I did the same reps as last time. In this movement, got 3 reps, so we're going to be training around the 3 to 7 rep range. I did 3 sets. Make sure you're not going too far out with your hands. Make sure you're going slow on the way down and exploding the way up. And when you're doing this movement, make sure the bar is right below your collarbone. Next, we just have, instead of a pec deck, we just have a cable fly. Just a good variation too. I go high load, hit the middle lower chest. Make sure you don't have a fully straightened arm. Make sure there's a little bend in it. That way you don't use shoulder, like front delts when you do the exercise. And when the exercise, you can't really do the flies. Just start pressing, just like that. And you'll see it here in a second, like this. And then just go boom, and just keep banging those out. I train these for 2 to 3 sets. Now for our triceps, we have a tricep push down, and one of my favorite movements. This was the first time I maxed out, so I was actually pretty surprised I got 4 reps on this because PF cables are so heavy. But make sure you keep your elbows in, go slow on the way up, and explode on the way down. I also trained for 2 sets today for this movement. Now we just have the dip machine, train heavy for these. If you can get a seat belt or something to keep your feet and legs down, that'd be great because you'll be more stabilized for the movement and use less shoulders. But just keep your elbows intact and your body and extend at the elbow rather than pushing down. I trained for 2 sets for this today. I did a set of these today. It's just mainly just another fun tricep movement. I did dead stops for each rep because I trained heavy in these today. But watch out for your elbow pain because you typically might get elbow pain for these. And I did 5 reps each side of these. Howdy. That was a pretty good lift. My elbow hurts a little bit because I think, honestly, I hate to do it. I might just have to do dumbbell shoulder pressing because I feel the most comfortable. But, like, I did shoulder press on the machine today, and I think it's not, I don't think it's because of shoulder press. I think it's because the tricep push downs I was doing the last part, the, like the dead stop D handle ones. I think I just got, like, I think I did too much weight, or just, I don't know, my elbows felt a lot of pressure when I was doing it, so I might just have to chill out on some, not deadlifts, I don't know, I was going to say deadlifts, but maybe some tricep dead stops, because those feel really good, but, I mean, just that, like, I don't know, it just hurt when I stopped, and then I did that movement again, it hurt my elbow a little bit, so I was having a little shoulder pain. I was flexing in the mirror in the locker rooms, and I was just trying to do like a front double bicep, and my elbow felt like it was gonna pop out of place, dude. I was like, dude, this hurts so much. But I want to talk about just like kind of like the anabolic zone with eating and stuff, especially on like a bulk, because a cut, it's like you're trying not to eat as much, right? Obviously you're trying to cut weight, but you're trying to cut body fat, but you still need to eat, obviously, on a bulk, or I mean on a cut, right? But in a bulking circumstance, you need more food, right? And yesterday I had to get stuff done after the gym, right? I didn't eat for an hour after the gym, or an hour and a half, or maybe a little less than that, but whatever, right? The anabolic zone is like, oh, you need to eat 30 grams of protein and after 30 minutes of your workout, or else your workout is pointless. That's not the case at all, man. I think you'll be fine. I think you're going to be fine regardless. But I think 3 hours after your workout, and if you haven't had a meal, then you might be having not a pointless workout, but your workout's not going to give you as much results as it probably should, right? So in that 3 hour mark, because it's a 5 hour mark from your 5 hour mark from your pre-workout meal. So if you had bananas, toast, like avocado toast, and waffles or something, and then 4 hours later you have steak and rice and all that, you're fine still, right? So if you have stuff going on, I think you're fine. I think the quicker you can get a meal, and I think that's better, right? But I think you should eat real foods always, right? So don't substitute a meal for a quick protein shake and then you get a stomach ache because you chugged it. I don't think it's a bad thing, right? But I think the less protein bars and drinks that you can have, the better. But I mean, if you are a person who works a lot and you don't have time to fully meal prep sometimes, you don't want to get fast food always, I think that you're in the right to get more of a protein shake or a protein bar, Like, I can't eat any real food at work when I'm out working, and I need protein there, right? I don't want to work 5-6 hours, right, in one shift and not have any food, and then I have to, get protein for the rest of the day, because I also work in the mornings too, so sometimes I'm working 8, 9, even 10-hour days sometimes, and it's like, well, I need to really just, get my protein in. So I'm not gonna just not eat anything. I need my protein, for one. That's gonna go to my goals for the gym, and two, that's not healthy if you don't eat. I don't care what you say, don't starve yourself. That's like the worst thing you could do. Even on a show, right, you're still eating some calories, right? Some people go days and they don't gain any weight, but they don't lose any weight, where they only eat 300 calories a day, right? And then they'll start losing weight, but you're gonna feel horrible. Don't starve yourself, because you're gonna just eat it all right back, probably. Because, I mean, a lot of people who don't know how to really lose calories, all they do is just don't eat. A lot of those people, they just indulge themselves after not eating for so long, and then they gain all the weight back, or they gain more than they had, because they were like, wow, I'm even more hungry now, because my body was literally on survival mode, and it still feels like it's on survival mode, because I was just starving myself for 3 days. No, that's stupid. I'm sorry. But I understand people fast and all that. But I'm talking about also mainly a gaining size and strength gym circumstance, right? But in health reasons, don't starve yourself. Unless you're smart and you know what you're doing, don't do it. It's not healthy. But what was I saying before that? Oh yeah, like I said, just try to mitigate the amount of, protein shakes and bars you're having, and have real food like steak, bison, beef, chicken, seafood, any kind of like that, like salmon or shrimp or whatever. Just try to mitigate the bars and stuff, because the bars don't have all your micronutrients that you need. They have the macro, which is like the protein, fat, and carbs, but they don't have like the little vitamins and minerals that you get from like red meats and stuff, like all kinds of stuff that's healthy for you, that lets your body process better. So, but you don't have to get an immediate 30-minute fix for protein. That's not, you don't have to do that. I think if like I said, if you go to the gym and let's say you have work in 3 hours, so let's say you have 2 hours and it takes you 30 minutes to get back home. Well, maybe not that. You take an hour and a half at the gym, and then let's just say you have to do something else before work and everything, and you're like, man, I forgot to eat. I had all this stuff to do. Then I think you're okay to have a protein shake. But try to get a meal in there at least, because it's going to be way harder for you to, I hate when people are in the middle of the road. I really hate that. Okay, he's actually there for a reason. He's not just stopping there for no reason. But, yeah, just be smart, y'all. Just do what's going to benefit your goals. Don't do stuff that's not going to benefit you. It's like if you're voting for the president, you're not really voting for, you're voting for the greater good, I'd hope, but it's a lot of times you're thinking about yourself. And that's snow under the ground, people. Don't worry, my car's not like breaking down. But you're not really voting for any other reason besides yourself a lot of times, because it's like, this improved my life, or this improved my life. Same with that. It's like, this food would improve my lifestyle and my gym results. So go for that. But like I said, don't worry. If you have the rest of the day, right? It was Sunday yesterday. So we had to go back and we had to clean up the room and stuff and do some dishes and stuff. So, and we had to do a couple other things, but it took us about an hour. And before, what I used to do was I would just get home and I'd be like, shit, I need protein right now, man, or else I'm losing gains. And I'd always drink a protein shake. For one, I'm gonna put my sunglasses on while I'm talking to you guys out here. For one, a lot of those things have a lot of bad things in it, like food dyes, or they have artificial sweeteners, all that kind of stuff, which real food doesn't. So don't stress about it. If you need to get stuff done, get that stuff done first. But if you know it's gonna take you 3-4 hours, just get a quick bite to eat. I would say get carbs and protein in if you can. So like a little chicken and a little rice or something, a little pasta. But if you can only get something like, let's say you only have a 10-minute mark, just put chicken in the microwave real quick. A little chicken that give you at least 20 grams of protein after the gym. At least, because I'm not a guy who's going to be like, because I know some people and they're like, oh, there's no excuse. You need to get this done right now. And they don't really think about the other circumstances of their life, because they don't have those circumstances, right? They may not have to work or anything, but I understand the work life and all that. And I don't even work 12-hour days or anything like that, But I understand it gets busy and gets stressful, and then you have other stuff on top of work and all that. So, yeah, try to do as much as you can, right? Because your body and your mind, at the moment, you might not appreciate it. Your body probably will. If you're doing stuff like eating right and all that, your body's going to feel that, and then that's going to translate to mental. But when you're super stressed out because you have all these tasks to do, you have to, mow the lawn, or you have to go to work, and then you have to mow the lawn, and then you got to go to the gym, and then you got to make sure you're eating, and then you got to make sure you get meal prep done. You got a lot of tasks on you, so it builds up. But if you can get all that done for one, and then also, you're doing everything right, you're eating right, you're drinking all your water, you're taking your supplements, you're taking your vitamins, you are going to feel 10 times better. And additionally, if you do stuff that you really don't need to do, which goes along with the gym, right? But also, let's say you want to start your own business. For me, it's YouTube. I want to start this. I'm doing this additionally. Right now, it's not really, getting me towards anywhere, but it will. I'm engaging with more people than I was, right? There's some people who've seen to the end of this video. I've seen that, and I appreciate you guys. Like, really, seriously, if you guys share, like, comment, just subscribe, or just even check out the videos to this far even, I really appreciate you. Like, so much. So, but what I'm trying to say, the whole point is, try to do as much as you can, because in the long run, you're really going to appreciate it. And what I've learned with having a partner is, sometimes when I'm around her, and it's not her fault at all, sometimes she lays in bed, and we don't bed rot or anything, but we just kind of lay there chilling and stuff, and then it's like, damn, we've been laying here for like 2 hours, and we haven't really done much. I haven't even really eaten or anything. And I'm not going to blame that on her. But then I start doing stuff. And the thing is about me is I used to be super egotistical and narcissistic. I used to blame that on her. I have my own free will, dude. I got up, and so she got up and started doing stuff too. Sometimes you have to initiate yourself. As the man, you got to start things. You know, you got to be a leader. So, be a leader, y'all. Don't be I'm not going to go and describe words of what you could be, but don't be lazy. Right? Your mind and your brain, which is the same thing, kind of, and your body and everything around you will appreciate you just a little bit more. So, but with that, I'm going to leave this video here. Like, I hope you guys liked it. You guys could subscribe, like, comment, maybe share the video. And thank you for watching to the end if you are to this point of the video. So, see ya.